YouTube video, and today we are going to learn the next story of part 2, a gift of chappal. In the previous video we have seen the part 1 of gift of chappal. Now we are going to see what happened later in a story, a gift of chappal. Some new words are there on the board. First we'll see what's the meaning of that new words which will come in the story. Stumbled, followed haltingly, that means following. Be ringed, wearing ring. Snooze, a short sleep and nap also. Kept my body and soul together, managed to stay alive. Fed up, tired, unhappy. Blisters, boil or bubbles on a skin. Boils or bubble on skin. That means because of heat, some boils and bubbles come on the skin. Eyes filling with tears means crying. Now let's see what happened. First, I just recap the previous story which we have learned in our last video. We have seen the Mridu went to her aunt house, Rukmani house, and she met there with her cousins Ravi, Lalli and Meena. And Ravi and Meena secret their share of kitty with Mridu. Mridu also surprised to after watching the kitty, because the kitty was looking so pretty. It was so nice, and even Ravi kept the kitty names Mahindra. What was the kitty name? Kitty name was Mahindra, and they put that kitty at the berry bush, inside the berry bush, because it was their secret, and they don't want to share that secret with the family members. But Mridu was their cousin, so Meena and Ravi shared their secret with the Mridu. And they also said it is very difficult to bring a cup of milk from the kitchen, because their grandmother didn't want any natural creature at home like dog or cats. They don't want at home. If she knows that the kitty is there in our house, so she will leave the house. Even Ravi also told why he put the kitty's name Mahindran, because that is the descended cat at Mahabalipuram. So he told all the history about the Mahindran and why he put and what is the reason behind putting the kitty name Mahindran, because the kitty is descended cat according to Ravi. That's why the kitty name is Mahindran, and that kitty is looking like a lion, and her fur is also looking so pretty, so beautiful, like a lion. While discussing this all things, suddenly crich sound was coming from the window. When Meena, Mridu and Ravi, these three cousins, are discussing with each other about the kitty and about the Mahabalipuram, then suddenly they heard the sound of crich from the window. So they just go and they just lean out from there. What is happening in that room? So they have seen what they had seen. They see the Lalli was learning to play the violin from the music master. There was one music master who was teaching the violin to Lalli, and Lalli was also playing the violin, and she was following the music master. And how was the music master? Everyone was described in that passage, and we also had discussed about that, how Lalli was sitting and how the music master was looking, wearing gold chain, wearing diamond ring, bald head, and fling. He was also having the fling, and here the bald head. So what happened next? In the next paragraph we will see he played a few notes. He means music master. He played a few notes. First you see the page number is not there, I think. No, page number 22, and this down paragraph we are watching. These down two lines. We are starting from there. He played a few notes. Lully stumbled behind him on her violin, which looked quite helpless and unhappy in her hand. That means the music master was teaching playing the violin to Lully, but he was playing and Lully was repeating the music master. Whatever the notes he was playing, the Lully also tried to follow the music master, but the violin looking very helpless and very unhappy in Lully's hand. That means Lully was not comfortable to play and she was not that much looking happy while playing the violin. What a difference! The music master's note seems to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible track of the melody. It was like the wheels of a train fitting smoothly into the rail and whizzing along, as Ravi said. Now what Ravi is saying? Because Lully is playing she was following the music master, and whatever the music he was, whatever the notes he was pitching to Lully, Lully was following him, but the Lully was looking quite unhappy. She was quite unhappy. So Ravi said, because see it at that window, Ravi, Meena, Mridu, these three guys are there at the window and they are talking with each other. So Ravi said, it's so different. What a difference. The music master note seems to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible tracks of the melody. That means here Ravi is saying the music master notes, whatever the music is playing on, it's looking like it's floating and perfectly fitting and settle perfectly and perfectly fitting into the invisible track. That means the invisible track is there and this music is floating and settle perfectly in the melody. That means they are playing very nice music. It was like the wheel of a train fitting smoothly into the rails and whizzing along, as Ravi said. Now what again he is saying? Invisible track. First he said the music master notes is floating and settled perfectly in invisible track. Now he is saying it is like a wheel which is perfectly fit on the track and whizzing nicely, as Ravi said. Mridu stared at that huge and whirring hand moving effortlessly up the violin stem and making lovely music. Now Mridu was thinking that effortlessly, that means very nicely and smoothly the music master playing the violin and making very lovely music. Here Ravi and Mridu, they are discussing the music master notes. They are discussing the music master notes, how he is playing. That means he is playing very nice music, he is creating very nice music, and it's nice to hear that music. Smack! There was Lully derailing again. That means some mistake Lully has done and the music was not coming properly. So the smack, there was a Lully derailing again. That means Lully is not playing properly. First she was on the track, now she is coming down the track. That means some mistake she has done. So the squawk sound was there. Amma came away from the gate. Amma, oh. Now the one twist is there. One sound was coming from the gate. One sad sound with high voice. Sad sound with high voice coming from the gate. When means high voice, which is little sad. Amma, Amma came away from the gate. Ravi, send that beggar away, cried his mother from the back veranda where she was chatting with Tapi. That means Ravi's mother name was Rukkumani. What was Ravi's mother name? Ravi's mother name was Rukkumani and she was talking with the Tapi, Mridu's grandmother. She was talking with Mridu's grandmother, and as soon as she know the beggar was there and was calling Amma, Amma, so she asked, Ravi's mother asked Ravi, ask that beggar to go away, not to come here for taking the big. So Ravi is saying that beggar away, cried his mother, and from the back veranda where she was chatting with Tapi. That means Tapi and Ravi's mother, Mridu's grandmother and Ravi's mother, they both were talking, and as they heard Amma Amma sound, the beggar was calling Amma Amma. So mother said to Ravi, you ask that beggar to go away from here. He has been. We also seen at our home also some beggars come to take alms, means bhiksha. They come to take alms, and sometimes we also ask them to go to the next door. Like that also one beggar was there, and they came to the Ravi's house. They came to the Ravi's house and was calling Amma Amma with sad voice. He has been coming here every day for the past week, and it's time he found another house to beg from. Pati explained to Tapi. Now here Pati and Tapi both meaning is grandmother, and they both are discussing with her, and Pati is saying that this beggar always come here from the last week. From 1 week the beggar is coming here, and he always asks for the alms. He always asks from the alms. Now it's time. He should find another house to take a alms. Every day this beggar come here, and he asks Amma Amma for the alms. Mridu and Meena followed Ravi out. The beggar was already in the garden, making himself quite at home. Now Mridu and Meena, they both were with Ravi, and they were following the Ravi. And beggar already in the garden. Beggar already came in the garden and making comfortable himself in the garden. He had spread his upper cloth under the neem tree. Now what beggar is doing? By calling Amma Amma, he came at the garden, and now he is feeling himself comfortable in the garden. And what Ravi's mother said, Ravi's mother asked Ravi to ask that beggar to go away from here. And Tapi and Pati, they both were also talking about the beggar, because this beggar from the last week he is daily coming to take the alms from here. Now he had spread his upper cloth under the neem tree and was leaning against its trunk, apparently prepared to take a little snooze while he waiting for the alms to appear. Now what he did? Now beggars directly come to the garden, and now he was making himself comfortable and quiet there, and he removed his upper cloth and he spread under the neem tree. Means he wanted to take a little rest there. So he removed his upper cloth and spread it under the neem tree, and was leaning against its trunk. That means he was doing like that. That means he tried to take a little nap. He was trying to snooze, short sleep. That means he put his upper cloth he spread his upper cloth under the neem tree, and he was doing like that, leaning, and was trying to take a little sleep. And also he was waiting for alms to appear. He was also waiting for something to eat. Something will bring something something to eat for him. So he was waiting also, and he was trying to make comfortable himself, and even he was wanted to take a little nap. That's why he removed his clothes and he spreaded that clothes under the neem tree and was trying to take little nap and waiting for the alms and waiting for some food to it. Go away, said Ravi sternly. My Pati says it's time you to found another house to bake from. Now Ravi said, go away, bakers, you go away. Now it's time you should find another house for bake. You should find another house for bake. You please go away from here, my Pati said. That means grandmother said to Ravi, asked Ravi to go to send that beggar away from here and ask him to find another house for the bake. The beggar opened his eyes. He was taking a little nap first. He was taking a little nap, and as soon as the Ravi told to beggar go away, suddenly the beggar opened his eyes. Opened his eyes and gazed at each of the children one by one. And he was looking at the children one by one, because there was the Ravi, Meena and Rudu. These three cousins were there who was talking with that beggar, and Ravi asked that beggar to go away. As soon as he heard the sound go away, beggar opened his eyes and he was looking at that children. And he said, no, glaze and one by one, the ladies of this house, he said at last in his voice choked with feeling, are very kind soul. Now what beggar is saying here? Now first Ravi said to beggar, you go away. Now it's time to find another house for baking. But in reply, beggar is saying here, the ladies of this house is having very kind souls. The ladies of this house are very kind. They have very kind soul and they always help me. He said in choked with feeling. Very emotionally, in sad voice, he said, the ladies of this house are very kind. They have very kind soul. I kept my body and soul together on their generosity for a whole week. That means from the last week the beggar was used to come. Now here also he is saying from the last week I am just managing to live. I am just managing to alive just because of the ladies of this house. Because the ladies of this house are very kind. They have a kind soul. And just because of the ladies of this house, I am still alive. I cannot believe that they could turn me away. He raised his voice. Now what he is saying, I don't believe that the ladies are asking me to go away from there. They are telling me to go away. I don't believe this, because of the ladies of this house, still I am alive here from the last week. And I don't believe that the ladies asked me to go away and find another house to bake. He raised his voice, Amma, Amma. Sad his wail might be, but it certainly wasn't feeble. Now again he said, the beggar again asked, I don't believe that the ladies of this house are asking me to leave away. I don't believe this. Just because of these ladies, with this kind lady, I am alive still here from the last week. Then again he called, Amma, Amma, and the voice is directly coming. The voice was little sad, but it is not feeble. Feeble means it is not a weak. Sad his wail might be, but it certainly wasn't feeble. His voice was not that much weak. It began in a deep, strong and rumble somewhere in his withered belly and came booming out of his mouth. Now what? The voice was little strong. It was sad, but the voice was not feeble, and the voice was very strong, deep. The way he was calling Amma, Amma, very emotionally he was calling with loud voice. It was not a weak, it was not a feeble, and that voice Amma, Amma was directly coming from his withered belly. from his withered belly, and the voice directly coming on his mouth. The voice was very strong, deep, and rumble, and came booming out of his mouth, and with its few remaining teeth stained brown with betel chili. That means betel means supari. Betel means supari. When we chew some betels, our teeth looks like little brown. So some his remaining teeth was like a brown because of betel chili. Ravi, tell him there's nothing left in the kitchen called Rukkumani. Now Ravi mother is saying, you ask that beggar, there is nothing in kitchen. There is nothing left in kitchen which we can give him. So Ravi, Rukkumani asked Ravi, you tell that beggar there is nothing left in the kitchen which we can give him to eat. She sounded fed up. Rukkumani sounded fed up. She was very unhappily, sadly, and frustrated. She was very frustrated because this beggar always come to their door and always ask for the beg, ask for the alms. So very frustratedly, unhappy Rukkumani said, Ravi, you ask that beggar, there is nothing left in the kitchen which we can give him. Left in the kitchen called Rukkumani, and he is not to come again. Tell him that. She sounded fed up. Ravi didn't have to repeat it all the beggars to the beggars. Ravi didn't want to tell this all things to the beggar, because these things are common to him, because this beggar always come to their house and every day they ask them to leave from here and find another house. That means every day the same thing is going on. That's why Ravi didn't want to repeat it all the beggar. What his mother said had been easy for them all to hear. There under the neem tree, the beggar sat up and sighed. Then suddenly the beggar get up and sat up. He get up from the neem tree and he was sat up. Now what happened is, first you note down these new words in your notebook. Then Rukkumani asked Ravi, you ask that beggar to leave away from here because nothing is there in the kitchen which we can give to eat him, and ask that beggar also not to come here again. But these all things are very normal for the Ravi, so he didn't repeat it to the beggar. And after hearing this all, there under the neem tree, the beggar sat up and sighed. Then suddenly the beggar wake up. He woke up and sat up there only. I will go, he said wearily. So what beggar said? I will go, because everyone was telling him, go away from here, leave away from here, don't come back here, you should find another house to beg. Now what the beggar is saying here? I will go. Only let me have a rest here under this tree. What he is saying? Let me have some rest. You don't give me anything, but let me have some rest under this neem tree. And he was, in the beginning also we have seen, he was making comfortable in that, he was making little comfortable himself under the neem tree. He removed his upper clothes and spread up there and was trying to take a little sleep and also waiting for the bed. But everyone was continuously telling him, you go away, you find another house, my party is scolding, this and that, everything he was saying. Then suddenly the beggar wake up and sat up and he said, I will go, but let me have some rest under the tree. What the beggar said? Let me have some rest under this tree. I want some rest. The sun is so hot. The tar has melted on the road. My feet are already blistered. Now what is the meaning of blister? Boil and bubble. Because of the heat, that means the bare feet, that means he has not having the slipper, he was not having the footwear in his feet. The beggars have a bare feet. The beggar was not having the slipper or the footwear in his feet. That was because of, yeah, under the hot sun, and on the hot road he was walking. That's why the blister was there on his feet. The blister was there on his soles. So what he's saying to Ravi, I will go, but let me have some rest, because there is a hot sun and the road is totally hot, and already blister is there on my feet. There is already blister on the sole of his bare feet. I suppose he doesn't have the money to buy chappals, Bridu whispered to Meena and Ravi. Now what beggar is saying, I will go, but let me have some rest, because at outside hot sun is there and all the roads are totally hot, and already the boils are there on my soles, already the boils are there on my skin. So I could not walk in this hot sun on the road, but please let me have some rest. So what Bridu whispered? Bridu is saying to Meena and Ravi, I suppose he doesn't have money to buy chappal, because he is beggar and he has bare feet. He was not having any chappal. He was not having any footwear to wear. That's why he is scaling from the hot sun and wanted to little rest. So Bridu is saying, I suppose he doesn't have money to buy chappal. Have you bought an old pair in the house somewhere? Now what Bridu is saying here? Bridu is saying that he doesn't have, that beggar doesn't have money to buy a chappal. That's why he wanted to take a rest here, and he doesn't want to go under the hot sun, in this hot sun. I think he doesn't have money to buy a chappal. Is there any extra pair in our house which we can give to the beggar? Now what happened next? Now they are thinking to give one pair of chappal to the beggars. Bridu and these all cousins are thinking about now to help to the beggar, because the blister is there, the boils are there on his soles of feet. So the Bridu and everyone, now these cousins are deciding to give little help to the beggars, and they wanted to give a chappal or any extra pair of chappal to the beggars, which can be little help for the beggar, so that he can walk in sun also, hot sun also. So we'll see what will happen next. We'll see in our next video. Till then, bye bye, take care and thank you.